Hi everybody and welcome to AQ's Blog and Grill. We're really happy today to have Avvey Peters with us. Now Avvey is the Vice President of Communitech. Some of you may wonder what Communitech is. Well, hang on because we're going to find out. And Avvey I've known for a few years and she's always had very responsible positions. So I always think that she is the most important person in any organization she's in. Am I right, Avvey?
I don't know about the most important person of any organization. I like to tell people I'm responsible for things like stuff. It's just whatever needs doing on any given day. That's what I have the fun of doing. So
tell us a little bit about Communitech. What does Communitech do and for who?
So Communitech is many things. It's a place. We have a wonderful hub in downtown Kitchener, which is a home for about 120 different companies. Wow. They're all entrepreneurs in the tech space. And what do we do for them? We try and help them be successful. So we have opportunities for them to connect with experts like yourself, who may be able to coach them on certain aspects of their business or help them, firm up their strategy. We help them recruit talent. We also provide lots of opportunities for them to network with other entrepreneurs so that they can connect with people who can help them be successful.
Right. So this must be in some sort of modern glass and metal sort of place, right? I would imagine, being a high-tech organization. Or am I wrong?
You might think. It's actually, we're headquartered in a wonderful old building. It's called the Lang Tannery. So our hub is on the first floor of the tannery, which was, it's a wonderful old brick and beam facility, very warm, very inviting, lots of open spaces for collaboration, lots of nooks and crannies for private meetings as well. So it's a wonderful creative place.
Excellent. Now I've noticed some companies are moving into the hub. So you've got Canadian Tire, Manulife, the camera company,
Cannon,
yes,
they've joined us.
So what's up with that?
So this is sort of an evolution of our strategy, I would say. Communitech started as a way to help entrepreneurs launch companies and grow them, largely in the tech space. Right. What we've discovered is that there are lots of companies in different industries that are also looking for help. They're looking to apply technology in their business. They're looking to be more innovative in how they recruit talent or in how they produce new product. And so the companies you mentioned, Cannon, Canadian Tire, we've also got TD Bank and Manulife living in the space with us. Yeah. They're treating it as a bit of an innovation lab. So there are folks who are working on interesting stuff outside the headquarters of the company. Gives them a little more room to run, a little more room to be creative, and they like the opportunity to meet other organizations, other companies, other entrepreneurs, in the hopes they'll spark some really cool stuff. Yeah,
I mean, there's a tremendous energy around community,
so.
And I must admit, I just love being there. I feel just that much more innovative myself and just a little smarter and a little happier because of that collaborative feel. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So you were just recently, I know you've been away for a couple of weeks.
I have.
And you were on a kind of an interesting tour. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So one of the things that I do at Communitech, I wear a couple of hats. The first is I lead our external relations team. So all the fun communications, events, marketing, and so on. The other hat that I wear is heading up an initiative that's called the Canadian Digital Media Network. Right. And it's our attempt as Communitech to connect with other centers like us in regions across the country. So one of the things I've embarked on is a cross-Canada tour to go and visit all of our partners. There are 31 in all. And I've been not quite to every one of them yet, but we started in Atlantic Canada and we're working our way across. I was actually in Whitehorse a couple of weeks ago.
Wow. Now Whitehorse is an interesting community, right? So tell us what was happening up there.
So what we found is that while it's not what you might think of as a tech cluster, there are a number of companies in Whitehorse that are looking for ways to use digital technology to grow their business. Right. And so we had the opportunity to visit with a number of the players, the Yukon Research Center, the Chamber of Commerce, the Territorial Ministry of Economic Development, and so on. So there's lots of good interest, and we're hoping to help them. as best we can. And we're finding in all of the regions we visit that same sort of ecosystem energy. So there's typically a center, not unlike Communitech, where it becomes a gathering place for entrepreneurs. There are programs and services offered there. And then the hub in that region, that's what we call our partners, are offering lots of services, and they're helping entrepreneurs to connect not only to things locally, but through our network, they can access services in other parts of the country.
There we go. How's Canada doing in terms of new organizations, new job creation, new innovations that are changing the world? How are we doing?
I think our tech is every bit as good as tech we see in other places. Okay. If you take, what's happening in the Toronto tech cluster, and you take what's happening in the Waterloo tech cluster and everything in between, there's a really significant density along that corridor of companies and entrepreneurs. So I think that's a really big opportunity for Canada. What I've noticed as we've gone to visit across the country is the entrepreneurs are every bit as creative, as hungry to build business. I think what we need to do is kind of team up to help them. Canada's not a very big country, so as a tech industry, we're relatively small and we're spread out. But if there are ways that we can gang up to help entrepreneurs, particularly as they're trying to export and sell things abroad, I think we'll do well. Okay.
What do you think about the venture capitalist situation and the angel investors in Canada? Are we doing enough? What should happen there?
I'm certainly not an expert on venture capital or investment capital. What I've seen is a trend toward companies taking risk capital when it makes sense, but also putting greater emphasis on selling. So get customers, get revenue, sell your product.
Right.
It's not always that you need risk capital to grow your business. Sometimes it certainly is. And for that, we've got locally, we're really blessed to have folks like the Golden Triangle Angel Network who make investments. And they're also teaching angels in other parts of the country how and when and why they might think about investing, which is great.
In terms of the local ecosystem then, we've got Communitech, we've got the Accelerator Center, we've got Velocity Foundry, I guess now, doing the hardware stuff. We've got Laurier now with Launchpad and their funding.
It's an embarrassment of riches, isn't
it? Yeah, it's great. So who's going to be the next big organization to emerge, do you think?
That's tough to say. I mean, I think, when I think about the ecosystem locally, we are blessed. We have lots of great resources, the organizations like the ones you've listed and also Golden Triangle and others. Everybody's pulling for entrepreneurs, which is wonderful. I think the more we can do to help propagate that in other parts of the country, strengthen the connection to what's happening in other big clusters like Toronto, I think that will help us launch more and more successful companies. But what do we do with those who are really demonstrating high potential? How do we help them scale? Because those are the ones that are really going to take off and create lots of jobs, create lots of prosperity. So everybody's thinking about how do you help the SMEs? And it's still a bit of an unsolved mystery, I would say. Yeah.
But we have the commitment.
We absolutely
Avvey Peters and Alan Court, we have the commitment to make this work. And there's a few others.
Yes, absolutely. We won't do it alone.
We won't do it alone.
We won't do it alone.
Well, Avvey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
People are really excited about what's happening in Waterloo Region and that corridor between us and Toronto, and things are really going to keep happening.
Great stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. So thank you to Avvey Peters for joining us today on AQ's Blog and Grill, and join us next time where we'll be featuring another great entrepreneurial mind, of which we'll tell you about very soon. Thank you.